Rolling.
Rolling?
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome to the Yellow Light District, where almost everything is okay. It is episode 0002.
Damn, we're getting in it, boys.
Yeah, we're up.
We are in the end game now.
We are rising.
I think this is
We're
the
on the
last
up.
one.
Yeah.
I think we're done after this.
I just wanted to say it's been a good ride. Thank you guys, but no, I was joking.
Today we got Gavin with us.
Yo.
We got myself, Andy, and we're here with Anthony.
Anthony.
Same group as last time. No video this time, just straight audio. Keeping it simple.
Yeah, it's back to basics.
Bare bones, baby.
To the basic.
Today, they actually want to talk about college, which is a really good perspective because there's a lot of different perspectives at this table. If you didn't know, I don't necessarily go to college.
That's not true.
Okay, I go to community college, but that doesn't really count.
Well, actually, not to interrupt already, but like some places like around the country, like the community college is fucking huge. Some places.
I mean,
CCBC is a pretty good college.
Well, no, not just like in our area. I'm talking about like in other states. If you see those community colleges, like people still live on those campuses. Like it's pretty fucking massive. I think it's just around like our areas. Community college is just not as big.
It's not as big as the thing.
Mm-hmm.
CCBC is really good for air traffic control and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know a decent bit of people that like are in the area of CCAC but go to CCBC.
Yeah.
I'm always a little curious to why that is, but
That's why my dad's went for a few years.
it's probably got better like things, better programs, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So you go to CCAC,
I go to CCAC, go
Yeah.
to community college.
Andy?
I go to Robert Morris University of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There's one in Illinois, I believe, Robert Morris. It's a different college.
They can go pound salt.
Yeah, screw them. No, but I think what's special about my situation is I'm close to home. I'm like 15 minutes from my house, and I'm still around a lot of people from high school, my family, and I know the area very well, which is pretty cool. Grew up around the college. That's my perspective.
Yeah, so I go to, like I said, last podcast. I'm from Youngstown State University in the city of Youngstown, in the state of Ohio.
Suck that penguin dick.
Yeah,
Bitch.
and we'll get into that later. But yeah, so like, I'm about an hour away, but I still, come home a lot just to hang out with these boys, because I still have my own friends in college, yeah, but like, there's some times where it's just like nice to come home when you hang out with your friends that you already spent 4 years of your life, where, you just did everything together. So like, it's always nice to come home. And when I do come home, it's like I never missed a beat. It's not like it's awkward. It's just like, oh, what's up, dude? How you doing? Like, I haven't seen you in a few weeks. I haven't seen you in a month or two. But like, we never missed a beat. So, it's cool to go away and you have your own college friends, but you come home and you still have your, best friends. So it's pretty cool.
And correct me if I'm wrong too, but like you're far enough where you're away, but you're also close enough where like you're.
Yeah, so like it's nice where.
Because that's even how I feel, and I'm here, but I feel like I'm also in my own little world up here.
Yeah, you're living your own life. It's
I don't
different.
have my family. Like you guys aren't always around.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm here, but I'm away at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a different.
Yes,
like I'm more. You're more physically away, but I'm more. I don't know, it's just like,
Spiritually away.
yeah, it's just like.
And we have some friends in our friend group that some of them are 6 hours away, some of them are 7.
Connor's working in the union.
Yeah, we have
He's
one
not
that works in
college.
the union, so he's working 6 days a week. We have other guys that go to community college but still work.
People commute to college.
Some people commute to their college. It's pretty wild, like we all have a different like types of variation.
A lot of perspectives.
Yeah, so like, I think the first thing I kind of want to talk about is what different types of partying is like. Like how like parties are different from all of us, like how we party. So I'll start off with Youngstown. Like our school is not meant to be a party school by any means. Like we have a lot of top accreditations. We're pretty well known. However, like it's still always fun to have fun on the weekends. It's always a good excuse. Right now, like the way it is like Youngstown. Like again, we're in a city, so like if you want to like always have a good time, you go downtown to the bars. But like if you're not 21, you know, well shit, you know, you're out of luck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then you have people that throw parties at fraternities, apartment parties, stuff like that. You know, they're not as big. But then you go to some other colleges where they only have apartment parties. You know, or if they like their versions of parties are like 60 people. Some other people's versions of parties are 300 people. Our buddy that goes to Indiana University, you know, he's fucking like has like 500, 600, you know,
Yeah.
party like people
It's
like
all
at their party.
different.
Like that's fucking nuts. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like,
I mean, you guys are both in frats also.
Yeah.
So, that's another thing that kind of changes. Does that, like, I would assume that kind of changes the college life.
Oh yeah.
oh, most certainly. I mean, I know for me, when I joined a fraternity, to be honest, when I first came to college, I was like, I'm not joining a fraternity. I heard the shit that they do, and I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. Like, I'm not going to go and get hazed or, you know, I'm not going to worry about partying. I'm there to have, you know, just think about college and just. But when I got there, I met these group of guys, and they, you know, we went out to lunch. We hung out a few times for the first few weeks, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, you want to come over to our house and hang out?" And I was like, "Oh, where do you live?" And they're like, "Oh, we live in the frat house across, you know, Wick Park." And I was like, "Well, shit, I didn't know you guys were in a fraternity. You guys seem pretty cool." You know, I got there, all the dudes there in the house, they were really cool. You know, we had people come over, hang out, bullshit, and I was like, "Well, fuck, dude, I already want to join." Like, I was like, this is such a tight knit group of friends. You know, kind of reminded me of like you guys back at home. Like, these guys are pretty close. But then the minute I joined Greek life, you know, you are like friends with only Greek life, and it's pretty wild how that works. Like,
Really?
yeah, like,
See, I would think I'd have a different perspective on that.
yeah. So like fraternities, like we have a lot of fraternities and we have a lot of sororities on our campus. So like, it's just like anybody you're friends with, really, you know, that aren't in your own frat are in other Greek life organizations. You know, I mean, yeah, you kind of have one or two friends in your classes, but like, you know, but you're mostly just hanging out with people in Greek life. You know, parties, you know, gatherings and shit. Like, you know, or people holding events. So it's just like it's just wild. Like, you know, trying to find a girlfriend that's not in Greek life is almost impossible. I don't even know how to talk to a girl that's not in Greek life. Just because, what the fuck am I going to talk about? Like, oh, hey, what's your major? Okay.
The classic icebreaker,
Yeah.
like BS
So,
conversation.
what do you want to do with that major? Okay. And then you're just like, oh, fuck, what else do I talk about? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You like Youngstown? Sure. It's nice. And then you're just like, cool. And then awkward silence for 10 minutes. And then you're like, yeah, that
Just
didn't
make
go
small
that well.
talk and stupid stuff.
And then you're just like, down the fuck. And then like
See, when I joined my fraternity, I came into it thinking, I heard in college, do anything. If you have any intuition to do something, any small, like, I kind of want to do it, just do it. And if you don't like it, back out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I kind of want to join a frat, I'm not sure. So I was like, I'm just going to go for it, see what happens. I was going to join a frat that was kind of sketchy. And I was going for them at first, but I heard a lot of stuff. I'm not going to say anything, but like, I didn't know about it because I was a freshman. So I kind of heard stuff around campus. I was like, yeah, I'm not joining them. And then I got in with this fraternity, which it's a small fraternity. It's like 20 some guys, and it was very similar to our group from high school. That's why I think I liked them a lot. Because like we're all different. They understand my humor, so I didn't have to change too much, which is pretty cool. And I don't know, just like we party, and it's basically our group, but just like on a different level, you know, which is kind of cool. And when you talked about Greek life only hangs with Greek life, I think it's different here because our college is a lot smaller too, where we only have like 5,000 people.
Yeah, I had we have 12,700.
Yeah, see, we're like a third of that almost. But I think ours is like the Olsh of colleges. Like it's a small college. It's like a small, like our small high school is the same as good comparison for college. And for us, I think joining like different organizations like gets you more involved and you know people. Because I know people in my job that I hang out with, people at different like Financial Management Association, American Marketing Association, like all that stuff. I know them through that. And you just meet people through classes. You'll have a lot of classes with people too, because there's such small classes, so you're more involved. There's like 30 people tops in a class, and that way you're more interactive, and that's how you make friends and stuff. Where I guess your perspective is different. And then what's your? I feel like you don't make too many friends at CCAC.
I wouldn't say I don't make.
Not you specifically, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
it's just harder.
I mean, it is harder to make friends. It's not. Again, it's not like high school friends where you're gonna probably hang out with them.
Right.
It's more you like the people, you know, you call yourself friends, but I wouldn't say, oh, I'm going to go hang out at this person's house here. Mainly because at CCAC, it's the fact that, like, a lot of people are a ways away, really. Like, a lot of people come to them because some of the courses are only offered at select campuses. There's multiple CCAC campuses, so people from all over Pittsburgh are coming, and it's just like, I really don't want to like drive all the way over here. Someone that I kind of know in my class that I kind of joke around with and have fun with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I wouldn't say it's really super hard to make friends. But I don't. It's not like high school where you go into a class and make friends. Really.
Yeah.
It's that you try and pay more attention because high school is one of those things. High school, middle school, elementary school. Your parents made the decision for you to go there most of the time. College is your decision to go there. You're making the choice to go to college. That's on you. So
Right.
I feel like you have a different mentality in your classes most of the time. You're here to learn, not here to socialize.
I would actually highly argue that.
Really?
I feel like college is more of a networking
I was
thing.
talking about classes, not just like...
Like, in the classroom.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I think you socialize
Like you're saying
mainly
as a whole.
at frats, like around the campus, not in your classes. Like when
Okay.
at high school, we were always talking during
Yeah.
class. We were always like socializing.
This is when you
We
take that
gave
serious,
zero
though.
fucks in school.
Yeah.
We didn't take school that serious. We're
No.
college, like, you're paying to be here, you're paying to be in class.
Yeah, like I said,
So, yeah,
it's your choice. You're making the choice. High school, all that stuff, that's your parents' choice. I think
Right.
also I think you're legally required to go to middle school, right?
I think so. I think you have to go to like 8th
Why
grade.
you have to destroy a mascot like that?
I'm not. I'm just curious.
You listeners, he is burning our sacred mascot.
The Alclay.
Acre or Acra?
Yeah, I don't know. He's from the episode 2 of Star
Yeah,
Wars, all right?
he's
He's that big green thing with
The
this
praying mantis
pointy,
thing.
yeah, the praying
Yeah.
mantis. That's what I was thinking.
What's his name?
Steve.
Steve. He's burning Steve.
I was curious to see if he would catch on fire. Did not work.
He passed the test.
But do you agree with the fact that college is more networking than actual studies?
No.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Because that's what I see.
My end goal, like, you know, it's like I always, you know, so for me, like, yeah, I'm in a frat. I have to like responsibilities in there. You know, I have a job and all that. I have all these friends I should hang out with. But at the end of the day, if it gets too much, I sit back and I say, I am here for my future. Mm-hmm. So I think at the end of the day, that is the most important. Like, yeah, networking's great and all with friends and social, you know, but like at the end of the day, you're there for yourself.
Yeah.
It's like every man for themselves in college. Now, granted, you can make alliances, sort of like, oh, we're gonna stick together throughout college, and we're gonna do this and this. Yeah, that's great. Or I'm gonna need a job to have money. But at the same time, though, college is your number one, no matter what.
Yeah, but I feel like it's more it's who you know, not what you know. Because
That's
I
also
know
why,
at least
like-
at RMU, if you're tight with certain professors and stuff, they can get you into companies very easily.
Well, I think
There's a lot of professors that do that.
I think life is about networking.
That's what I'm saying. Where college, like the stuff I'm learning here, if I knew this before signing up for college, if I knew what class I'm taking, like the whole like program, I could Google this stuff,
Look,
honestly.
if you're good at talking to people, good at making connections, you're gonna succeed in life.
Yeah.
I think
But
that's just
that's what I'm saying is you can't just go to college, not network, get your degree, have a 4.0, and get a good job.
But
you can, but it's going to be a lot easier if you know a small group of people, at least I can help out.
I feel like the main part of college, the reason everyone goes to college, is not to make connections. I mean, I'm sure people go to college, and connections are a good part of it, but everyone goes.
Well, I'm saying it's a bigger variable than I expected, at least.
Yeah, I would.
I was mainly
I don't
grades
go
and then like a
to
small
real
network.
college, so I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you that, but.
And maybe it's different too because I'm a business. Maybe the business world's different from like criminology or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe networking's not as big in
Criminal justice.
like psychology or nursing. You probably don't need good networking in nursing, really.
I think
I'm sure it helps, but
Yeah.
I feel like business is like networking is a huge thing in
I
business.
feel like networking is also that thing. It's kind of surprising. Like, you don't expect when you reach out to these people how you don't realize how often you're really gonna get a response. Like, you're gonna get a response a decent bit of the time, and it's just all about saying something and like asking something.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, dude.
And like when you finally start realizing that, and realizing, look, if you just say something, there's like maybe a 50-50 chance, maybe a little less than that, you're gonna get a response.
What's the worst that's gonna happen? They're gonna not respond to you?
Yeah.
Who cares?
One thing I did want to kind of go segue back into was frats and the hazing that goes on with frats. If you guys have any experience that goes on.
No, so like that was my biggest concern when I wanted to join a frat. I was like, listen, guys, I want to join, but the minute you guys try to touch my dick, I'm fucking stabbing you. It's literally what I told to the seniors. I don't, you know me. I'm really not scared of too many people on this planet, but like I said, like if you try to do anything fucking stupid that I don't want, say I'm stabbing you. I have no problem doing it. They looked at me and they're like,
they probably hated you for saying that shit.
Well, no,
I know if someone said that to us,
no, like the minute I said that, they looked at me. They're like, listen, dude. Our fraternity's view on it is, why do we want to haze someone that we want to be brothers for life with? Like, what the fuck is the point of that? If anything, we want to grow those bonds by being close with each other, not to see who can outdrink who or who can do that and do all that. Like, no, like for us, it's why do you like? That's our biggest thing is why do you want to haze someone you want to be brothers with? Like, I'm not gonna go up to like you, Gavin, and be like, yo, if you want to be my best friend or my brother, I need you to drink all this for me. Mm-hmm. No, that's fucking bullshit. That's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how we see it. Like, no, like, we do goofy stuff, like, throughout, like, initiation and all that. We do, like, fun stuff that everybody enjoys. It's funny. It's, do games and shit, like, but, like, we never once did anything that made someone uncomfortable. And then if anything we did made them uncomfortable, they'd be like, dude, fuck off. And we're like, all right, cool, sorry. You know what I mean? Like, we would never do that kind of stuff. Like, there's a phrase on our campus that these hands don't haze. It sounds goofy, but, like, the video itself is pretty good. Like, you're joining a fraternity for a brotherhood.
I never understood.
Let me ask you, do you guys have laws on that, too?
What's that?
Hazing laws.
Well, hazing laws are throughout the country.
Throughout the country? I know in PA, after the Penn State thing, it got super strict.
Well, no, that's a whole country thing. That's why Greek life's getting shut down in a lot of universities because they don't want to.
I think honestly, that's like a big reason that a lot of fraternities don't haze anymore. Is that it's illegal.
Yeah,
it used to not be illegal unless like you do illegal actions where like you're doing stuff that breaks the law, but not like hazing alone is just illegal now.
Well, I think.
And we don't do anything because we can't. Because our room's so small, where if we do stuff, it's going to get out, and we'll get fucked. And we'll get the fines and all that. And I know that's a lot of fraternities around here. We don't do that stuff because...
My prediction when it comes to Greek life, I think in the next 20 years, I think Greek life's going to be obsolete, meaning there's not going to be any Greek life. But I do think what's going to end up happening is what's happening in other universities where they're not recognized by a school as a group organization. And they don't consider themselves Greek life. They just like the farmhouse. I think that's in Ohio State. It's called the farmhouse. It's literally it's basically a fraternity. You live in this mansion, but like it's like a fraternity except you're not recognized by the school as as an organization.
It's like
so they can't do anything to you. Well, so like that's when they do all that hazing. That's when all that they throw major parties and all that. Like that's what I think is going to end up happening. Because I think fraternities are going to become obsolete because they're not going to be able to. Because universities aren't going to want to put up with it, like the bad stigma, Even being a fraternity as it is, like it's expensive because we have to hire our own lawyers, our own insurance, because nobody wants to insure a bunch of 20-year-olds, who they know are going to party, do all kinds of fucking fun stuff. Like they're not going to want to insure.
Nationals doesn't cover that for you guys?
No, we have to pay. Nationals. We have a lawyer. But we also have national fees that take care of us for just to recognize us. But we have also our own insurance we have to pay for. Because
we don't have that. We just pay nationals our insurance fees.
But you're not as big as a fraternity, I don't think, around the country, huh?
No, we're just East Coast.
Well, I thought you said your frat wasn't really recognized by RMU also as a frat.
It is.
I thought you said they didn't have that.
RMU just frowns upon Greek life. It's not really... They treat it as
almost every university looks down.
They treat it as like you guys are lucky to be here, don't blow it type thing.
Yep,
we don't really want you here. If you mess up, you're off. Like we will take this away from you. It's like Olsh's. Like this is a privilege, not a right.
Mm-hmm. When we say Olsh, we're referring back to our high school.
Yeah. Our high school would do. They would say like certain stuff was a privilege, not a right, but it was like a right. Like the common area for study halls was that every class had, even my brother went there and stuff, and they were like, this is a privilege, not a right, we can take it from you. Like you're just being a dickhead at that rate because it's been here for like decades.
Yeah, you're not gonna take it away. I think you were talking about last night at Notre Dame how they really don't have any frats there, but like kind of their dorm rooms.
Oh yeah, so like my buddy's friend goes there, and he was gonna invite us over. The way Notre Dame works is that they don't have like big Greek organizations. They don't have, Greek life, whatever. But the dorm you move into and the dorm you live in, it's like, that's like your fraternity. Like you're supposed to like, you do all these events for your fraternity. You have your big and littles, like stuff like a fraternity. And it's just really goofy how that shit works. Like, cause I'm like, cause at Notre Dame, you can't get an apartment or you can't live off campus until like your senior year.
Really?
Yeah. So like you have to live on campus. And it's pretty fucking wild. I'm like, because then you're living with a group of people in that dorm for such a long time, and they do they do like all the kinds of messed up events and shit, like just like what a fraternity might do. It's just goofy. Now getting away from frats though, like I was, this topic was like a lot of myths about college and or like how each different college has like a status quo of things. So some universities, it's like if you're not an athlete, you're not going to be like, you're not going to be like the life of the party or something like that. Or if you're not in a frat, like I know in Kentucky, if you're not in a frat, you're not going to have fun at all, sort of thing. Because because those fraternities have like 200 people in them. Or if you're, some universities are different, like the way like relationships work, like how like what the status quo is like that. Youngstown, if you're not in a 6-year relationship going into college, you're basically in there just to fuck. I have had multiple people that aren't from Youngstown who come to Youngstown a lot, and they just notice it. And they tell me about it. This isn't even something I came up with. My buddy just told me that the other day. Because he went to Youngstown, left Youngstown State to go to another college, and he came back just to visit a few times. And he's like, yeah, you guys, like, it's either you guys were in a relationship for 6 years, or everybody's just hoeing around. I know, like, going to Notre Dame, like, I know somebody who's, or people that just get into relationships and all that. And I'm like, why don't you just, sleep around, fuck around? They're like, well, it's not like that here. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, people just only date. No one, like, you can have, like, 4 or 5 girlfriends, throughout your college career, but, like, that's fine. You know what I mean? Because, like, as long as you're just dating. I know some other places where, it's just, it's a bit of both, we have some people that date, and then we have some people that just sleep around. It's just weird how their status quos.
How big of an effect of like dating apps do you think like the effect that had on you?
My Tinder game, man, I want to say it's on point, but a lot of people make fun of me. I'm just saying.
I think Tinder is more of a self-confidence
Do you
thing.
think though, like these apps have kind of promoted this way to look at things?
I think it's gonna be weird when we're older and our kids ask how we met this girl, and we're like, yeah, I swiped right on her on Tinder, or I super liked her, or something like that, or like, oh, I DM'd her on Instagram. Like, I feel like that's what's gonna end up happening with us.
I think Tinder's not really more of a dating thing. I think it's more of just a hookup thing.
Yeah, it's like you see a girl that says, I'm not looking for hookups. You kind of
fair point. But like, I know some people who try to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's possible.
The people I know with Tinder, they either use it when they're really just drunk or fucked up. They use it to boost self-confidence.
Yes,
they just see who likes them and see how many people like them and like who's attracted to them, like what type of girl's attracted to them. And then there's people that try to find relationships on there, but the majority of people I know don't use Tinder for like, I'm trying to find a girlfriend. Let's go on Tinder.
Hey, I'm not saying I use it for self-confidence because
just talk to people. Like,
I'm not
just a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, I guess I'm a hopeless romantic, man. I'm trying to swipe right on a girl and get married with. No, I'm just playing. But
that's like the thing of like going to a club to meet your wife. You don't go on Tinder to like meet a wife.
Yeah.
Like a long.
No, but like I said, like it's like always a good way to get that's a good way of breaking the ice. Oh, we matched on Tinder, so obviously we both found each other attractive. Mm-hmm. So then you start talking. I mean, like I think that's a good way. Now you are right. I have also used Tinder just to fucking hook up. Sometimes I use Tinder as a fucking game. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just on Tinder and I'm like bored as fuck and I'm like this, ugly, left, really ugly, left. Fuck, dude, that's the girl's ugly also, left. Ooh, super like, shit like that. Like, dude, there's one chick in my school. She's, she was hot as fuck and I never even recognized her at first. And then I was like, I didn't even know that that was her. I just thought she was hot, so I was like, swipe right, and we matched instantly. I was like, oh shit. I was like, she actually liked my thing. I was like, that's cool. But like, nothing happened. Obviously, like I didn't really, I'm not the best smooth talker because I don't have a filter when I fucking talk. So.
In my opinion, you match the hot girl on Tinder, so it's kind of like you get that little heartbeat, like oh shit.
Ooh, yeah, you're like ooh, look at that, shit like that.
Yeah, I think I don't know. again, I don't know much about like the history of sex in this country really, but it just seems like that I feel like dating apps have had a decent effect on like the way we look at relationships now, and we kind of just see more hookups and things.
Although, like, if you look at like people like in the mid '80s, early '90s, like when you go out on a date with a girl, that's your girlfriend. Like some people recognize that as, oh, that's your girlfriend, but you can have like 3 or 4 of those, and that's considered normal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my mom was talking about.
Yeah, like, but like here, it's like if you go on a date with one girl and you go on a date with another girl, you're a fucking pig.
Yeah, you're like,
so like you don't go on a date.
cheating,
Yeah, you never go on a date with a girl and recognize it as a date, like, or unless you're just hanging out, or like when you start dating a girl, that's when it gets serious.
Yeah.
You know, you try to get a little bit more serious, but then like our version of like dating in the '80s is our version of just we're just talking. You know, when people say we're just talking.
That was the thing all throughout high school. It was always I'm talking to this person. And then if you were talking to this person, and like I remember there was always drama because I never talked to people in high school. Really, the time I talked to girls to high school like that.
Well, I was in a fucking relationship for all throughout high school, so I can't really.
I stayed away from that in high school. None of it was my choice.
From a lack of trying.
That was the thing. Is always like you always hear people saying like, "Oh, I'm talking to this person," and then you hear someone gets really pissed off. Because then they start like talking to this person, and they're like, well, don't they know I'm talking to them? It's like, dude, you're just fucking talking. Like, it doesn't fucking mean anything.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where I'm at right now in college. Like, we made a joke just earlier today. Was it's cuffing season. You know, I feel like cuffing season's coming.
It is cuffing season.
You know, but like it's weird to think about though. I'm like, like I said, I dated a girl all throughout high school. 2 weeks into college, we broke up. You know, and I actually had a pretty easy transition to being single because in high school, my dad would always tell me, or I was always raised to like, you always, treat your woman right, but you always make sure your friends are there because they're going to be there before and they're going to be there after.
Right, yeah.
So like, I always made time for you guys almost every single week or throughout the week. I would always hang out with her during the day, but at nighttime, I'm out with the boys. We go down to Southside. We go to a hookah bar.
Hookah Buka.
Hookah Buka. Shout out to Hookah Buka, Southside, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
But when you talk about dating, I feel like there's different. I feel like everyone has their own definition of it.
Yeah.
Where what do you think is what do you define dating as, Gavin?
Dating
like if you're dating a girl.
If I'm dating a girl, it means like we're in a casual sexual relationship. I feel like where we both have hopes that this relationship can go further, and we're not just doing this for the sake of I need some sex. I need the big sex in this relationship.
I need that on my bed right now.
Yeah, I think dating is the hope of something more. That's what's.
Would you define them as boyfriend and girlfriend? Is that what you think of dating, or is that beforehand?
Boyfriend, girlfriend. I think.
Do you think it's official when you're dating?
I think it both kind of happens at the same time. Like,
okay.
I mean.
So dating is boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, if you're dating your boyfriend and girlfriend, I feel like. Actually, I'm not going to go that far because I feel like dating happens a little before. Like, I can go on 3 dates with a girl and she's not my girlfriend. But would you say
if someone's in a 3-year relationship, you say they're dating?
3 year?
Yeah.
They're
dating.
Yeah.
How do you define dating? Is it similar to that?
So I'm a little bit different from Gavin here. So like, I have a different the way I see it is like. You start talking, meaning you go on dates a little bit. You go on dates, you're hanging out a lot, you're getting to know the person. Like, I want to get to know the person before I start dating them, or at least enough to the point where I feel comfortable with them. But, like, with me, I don't talk about my deep shit too often. I did it once, and I got my, I got fucked over. I'm just being honest. Like, I got fucked over when I, opened up. So, my thing is I want to try to get to know the person just a little bit, like, just to see if they're tolerable, like, I can tolerate them. But whenever so, like, going on dates, hanging out, just hanging out during the day, go to class together, just sitting in, like, Dunkin' Donuts with each other, that's talking. But then when I want to start dating, that's going to be my girlfriend. It's exclusive, like, I'm not big into that open relationship bullshit. I don't think that would work.
But
your definition of dating is boyfriend-girlfriend.
Yeah.
See, I think that we're all kind of on the same page with that, because that's what I think too.
Yeah, well, I mean, but like, don't you think if you say you meet a girl, you're not sure about her, you want to go on a couple of dates with her, you go out to dinner, eat movies, and stuff like that. Would you qualify those as dates?
I think technically that's dating. Yeah, they're dates, but I would say that's like talking because I define dating as
a date is different than dating. You know
I think dating in our generation, at least with our group,
I'm guessing that's a literal person.
Yeah.
I see like dating.
Because
going on dates.
Yeah, that's what dating is. But I think our generation defines dating as more boyfriend girlfriend. You're already in a relation, like an official relationship. Where when our parents were younger and stuff, dating was just literally going out and hanging out, and being in a relationship was completely different. Where I think talking's like our dating. Yeah. That's how we define it.
Yeah. I guess I always thought like the way. Well, I always knew that I'm not sure the terms. I guess we could say was always kind of like mixed up in our generation.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone has different definitions, which makes it even harder.
Yeah, it's
someone
really
might define dating as they're literally just going on dates, but they're not an official relationship, and they're allowed to date other people. And
it's
stuff.
really awkward to talk about this with girls. Like it's like, whoa, like, are we dating like that? Like it's really weird to say it. You know. Yeah.
I would say dating though, that like you said, Gavin, it's a little bit before the actual relationship starts. Because
it's like
I think it's to the point where someone else can look at it and you could be like they're dating, like they should be in a relationship.
Well,
that's when like you would say they're dating.
Whenever you see someone dating, most of the time, at least maybe I see it, like I think even if someone's like dating and they're not officially like together, if you go in there and you disrupted it, you'd still kind of be like a home wrecker.
Yeah.
You know? So I still wouldn't do that. Like, you know, I wouldn't be like, oh, well, you know, they're not official. It's my time to slide in. I still think, okay, they're with each other. Like, I should like back off, kind of. You know, that's what my type of thing is.
Because my mom says when she was in college, they were allowed to date like 10 people at once.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about. Yeah, my mom was telling me about this date. I'm like,
because I had to get the.
So how'd you meet Daddy, Mom?
I had a debate with her because she was asking why I'm not dating a bunch of girls, and I told my mom, like in this day and age, if I was dating, in her terms of dating, like literally going on dates, which I'm sure that's like the actual definition of dating, like
probably
going on dates, you're not in a relationship, but you're just like having fun with everyone. If I was going on dates, if any of us were going on dates, right, with like 10 different girls, you think that'd work out in today?
No,
you're talking to 10 different girls.
Hot take right now.
That's what I'm saying. I was trying to tell my mom.
They would like band together and like draw and quarter.
Because I know if I was put yourself in the other position, you're talking to a girl, she's talking to 7 different dudes, and you're just a number out of that 7. I wouldn't talk to her.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd be like,
hey man, this literally just happened to me. All right.
It's a different mindset of girls too. It's like if a girl does that, she's a hoe, she's a whore. You know? Like, ew, gross.
A man's a pig if
and then a guy's a pig. You know what I mean?
That's what I told my mom. It's a completely different.
Now, dude, this is hot take right now. I think we had this conversation the other day. How girls see guys as just fucking pigs, you know? But the thing is, at least guys, 9 times out of 10, are pretty honest about what their intentions are. Whether they think you're cool enough, like let's start talking, let's maybe date, or they're just in it to fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think guys are more like up forward, you know, more forward about it, which girls don't like. You know, however, I think what's, you know,
I feel like girls don't want to know what your intentions are, honestly. I feel like they kind of like...
No, I think it's the opposite. I think they would want... Or I think they want to know, but they don't at the same... I guess...
Yeah, because they're just confused. Like, I don't know. They just find...
I feel like most girls honestly know what guys' intentions are.
Sometimes, but sometimes girls are just so oblivious to it.
Yeah.
So, what my thing is it's an unspoken thing. Girls, today, it's like attention whores. I'll say it straight and clear. You know what I mean? Like... Girls will talk to 4 or 5 different guys just to get attention.
Oh yeah, I think that's true.
That's a very popular thing, but it's unspoken because the guys are usually the ones that are the pigs.
I think the older I get, the more and more I realize girls just love attention at the end of the day, and that's why they do so much of their shit they do.
Yeah, so but when you try to hang out with them, you try to go on a date with them, they're like, oh no, I'm busy. I'm like, all right, fuck you, bitch. You're just in it for the attention. So then you cut them out.
Just go and call them a hoe.
No, apparently that doesn't work.
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
So I might have done that. All right. All right. It was my birthday. All right.
Wait, is this a yellow light or is this green light territory?
I don't know.
Straight green light.
Yeah, I think this is turning yellow into red light right now.
This is where we need a soundboard. You need a soundboard for the yellow light.
Yeah. Dude, all right. Let's just say, like I said earlier. I have no filter, so I occasionally will say things on my mind that I shouldn't say, and it's been, it holds me back sometimes. Let's just leave it at that. You say the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person. That shouldn't have heard that.
No bueno.
No bueno, indeed. Oh, God. So, yeah. What's it like being in a relationship now? Is this your first, legit one, huh?
Tell us
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah? What's it like?
I mean, honestly, I asked her out right before Christmas break, so we haven't really, as in a relationship.
Do you even talk?
Yeah, we talk, but we don't, we haven't hung out. She lives kind of far. Trying to work on plans to hang out over break.
Good idea, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like once, the next semester starts, it's going to be a whole different atmosphere. Because, she lives over there, right next door, basically.
That's cool.
And we'll be around together.
Spending a
more
lot
and
of
stuff.
nights.
Yeah.
A lot of Disney Plus and thrusting. Or
Disney Plus and thrusting.
You haven't heard of that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Disney Plus and thrust.
Oh, there's a few good ones. Okay, let me talk about a few other ones. There's Disney Plus and thrust. There's Disney Plus and lick my nuts.
Ooh.
There's a few good ones. But imagine, okay, Disney right now. Netflix and chill means you're fucking pretty much. That was the innuendo at first. Now, imagine Disney. It's supposed to be all fairy tales and it's supposed to be all genuinely good and all that. Imagine how many unwanted pregnancies occur because someone came over to watch Disney Plus and they ended up fucking.
See Baby Yoda and just lose control.
I'm being serious. Imagine how many unwanted pregnancies. And you know how Disney starts out with 9 times out of 10 the main character doesn't have a mom or dad or or both or something. You know how many movies that happens? All those Disney movies.
No.
Are you trying to say Bambi?
Yeah, Bambi. The mom got shot.
I don't think people watch Bambi
Or Up. The dad's non-existent. The mom really isn't in a picture. It's just that old man that he's hanging out with. Or
I think that's just more of the story.
Ratatouille. The rat doesn't have the mom. Dude, every Disney movie, there's always some broken family. I think that's what Disney is trying to do with Disney Plus. All right, hot take right now.
Trying to make more broken families?
Yeah.
Wow. They want more movie stories.
They want more movie stories. They want more fairy tale endings. Can you agree or no?
I have no idea where you're going with this.
I thought you were trying to say it makes people want to fuck seeing these broken families.
Yeah, how does this go with
No.
I don't think people get really horny watching.
No.
Shot.
No. They just come over to watch the movie, but they end up fucking anyways. Because Netflix and chilling. You're not watching something on Netflix that's gonna want to make you fuck. You're just going over to cuddle, and then that will lead to other
I
things.
think it's more of just a not a cover up. Hey, let's come over and watch Netflix, but you're just gonna low key.
Yeah.
Go for the stars.
Go for the kill.
Yeah.
Go for the kill.
Go for the kill.
It's let's come over and just come hang out, but then you end up trying to smash.
Oh shit. Anything else?
I think we hit a brick wall.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Yeah, let's
All
wrap it
right.
up.
That was
All right, bye, guys. Deuces.
Yeah, that was episode 00002 on the Yellow Light District, where almost everything is on the limits to talk about. Messed that up, but thank you for joining us, and hopefully you'll join us next
everything
time.
is okay.
Yeah. Fuck it. All right. Deuces, boys.
Deuces.